Good morning guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Chris the Ultimate Recycler, and I think I'm going to enjoy this new series of just a day in the life of the Ultimate Recycler. And I don't need to plan. I can just walk around and do what I do and film bits and pieces. Today is going to be very hot. Apparently it's going to be about 38 degrees Celsius and then some storms. So bit of a mixture of a day. I've been doing a few things while it's cool. I was going to mow the lawns and do the edges, but apparently, well, I know it's a total fire ban for this district, most of Victoria actually. I think because it's hot, plus there's going to be some gusty winds. We're in the middle of summer and we've had some nasty fires already this year. So when there's a total fire ban, you can't use lawnmowers, chainsaws, all that sort of stuff. Obviously it's not a risk really in the middle of town, but whether you draw the line, if you have a total fire ban, it's got to be total. So I better toe the line. All right, so I can't do that, but I'm going to take a few things around to the shop. To continue from last week's episode, the large white shelf unit, I'm going to put in the farm ute, give the farm ute another job, and I'm also going to take a few other things around to the shop, even though we're not open today, just to get organised. And then I'm going to load up some e-waste. We can't do a load out to the transfer station yet because it's not open Wednesdays, but I should be able to do a load early in the morning. So I might put some stuff in the ute and get ready, but I'm just about to water our rhubarb because it's going to be hot and the rhubarb needs a drink. We have a nice rhubarb patch here in an old bath and it's great, but it does tend to dry out. You have a string of hot days and the bathtub, just really the dirt dries out very quickly. It's a cast iron tub and I guess that holds heat too. So I've just got a hose trickling there, and the hose is from our water tank, which is over here at the end of my shed. Now it's full at the moment. It has a huge catchment area. This little tank receives water from all of my workshop plus the studio. So a decent shower of rain and it fills this tank up. I probably would consider maybe having a secondary tank along here somewhere, although I do want to roof this area in just to provide some shelter for the firewood and maybe store some other timber around here out of the weather. I'll probably move the compost bins there. But at this stage the tank's full and we are expecting storms tonight, so we may or may not get any, but I thought I might as well drain some of the tank onto the rhubarb and give that a drink. We also had some wild tomato plants pop up on the edge of one of our dirt bays here. I just constructed some dirt bays out of old pallets, and even though there's a lot of stuff stacked in front of them, it's actually very handy when we're doing various garden jobs and I want to save. That's some old bark chip mulch, and it will nicely rot down with soil to essentially be a form of compost, but it's just somewhere to store it. So these seeds obviously came from a garden where Christine had tomatoes, so I've just given them a little bit of water. We may as well keep them growing. We might get a little bonus crop. And along the back here we have some citrus trees. We have a mandarin, a blood orange, not sure what the other one is. I think that's a lime. This one might be the lime, and that's, I think, a blood orange down there. And in the corner, if I just squeeze past all this junk that I showed you the other day, so don't be afraid, we have a lemon tree in the corner. So this is the lowest part of our yard right along the back, and these trees do benefit from really good water when we have storms and the tank overflows and it just all flows down the backyard here. Unfortunately the weeds also benefit, but the rhubarb does need a top up in the bath. Okay, time to give the old ute a run again. It had a lot of good comments on my video about this AU Ford Falcon ute, and it's a great machine. I really enjoy driving it. It runs very well, and I think I do need to use it more regularly because it won't do it any good just sitting here. There we go, it starts up nicely. It's still very dirty. It somehow missed getting a wash when Jess borrowed it the other day. Just turning into the main street now after a tiring 45-second drive. Yeah, it's not far from home. I think we might pull up on the footpath. It'd be easier to unload. The street's certainly much quieter during the weeks here. I mean, if we opened, we would have lots of people pull up, but the weekends you couldn't drive up on the footpath here without running over at least 3 people. Okay, I've unloaded the boxes and the microwave. I still have a gas bottle to change over on the way home. And the bench here, hopefully someone takes it for free. I'm pretty sure it'll be gone by Friday. The book exchange is looking pretty neat at the moment, and I see someone's dropped off a tub of kids' books. That's the latest electric blanket that I've cut the cords off, and people take them for dog blankets. Very good. Things look okay here. It's Wednesday now. We won't be back here till Friday, although I might duck down tomorrow and put the bin out. But yeah, Friday is our next trading day. Hopefully we have a busy day. Well, my phone says it's 39 degrees outside, and it's certainly feeling warm. The clouds are starting to come over though, so hopefully it doesn't get any hotter. I want to get the ute loaded so I can run out to the transfer station in the morning. I'll probably take you guys with me. Oh well, the sun came out while I was doing this. Thank you, sun, much appreciated. Hints of sarcasm there. Let's put the tarp back over it so that nothing fills up with water overnight, and that's ready to take out in the morning. I've got a bit more e-waste at the shop, but I'm not going to worry about that. This just a ute load will be good, give the ute a bit of a quick run, and it cleans up out the front of my shed really dramatically. It looks much better. I'll show you later because we still have to get something out of the shed today before I finish this video up. It's an unwritten law. Well, it's still 39 outside according to my phone, but it's looking decidedly stormy now, and fortunately the sun has now isn't as burning as it was before. But I suspect I probably should get the washing off the line. We had guests leave our Airbnb this morning, and the washing always goes out on both lines. We have a line at the Airbnb house, that's the one the other side of the fence. So we better get that off before it heads to the rinse cycle. And I was hoping to get those CRT monitors dealt with today, so even though it's hot in my shed, I might see if I can fire them up. But before we do that, how good does it look out the front of the workshop now? There was piles of e-waste everywhere here yesterday, so they're all in the ute ready to go, and just a few tubs of scrap metal and empty buckets and things. So I shall clean that up as I go in due course. I'd certainly like to have it all neat and organised out here, but it's a bit hot to be outside today, and I've done enough in this area. And in the cooler parts, poor Coco, who doesn't like the heat, has found some cool concrete. Is it nice there, Coco? Yeah, she's not a fan of summer. If you didn't see the last episode, these 3 computer monitors were dropped off. Actually, they weren't dropped off at the shop. They were in my driveway. Someone went to the shop when we weren't there. We had a lady running the shop, and they had them drop off as e-waste. And she said, look, Chris won't mind if you drop them in his driveway. They knew where I lived. And that's pretty cool. It was a nice present to come home to. There's 2 Aces and there's a HP, and I'm not sure if they're in working condition or not. I don't know anything about them, but I won't be scrapping them. Hopefully they work perfectly, and they're going to be $50 to $100 each, and these things seem to sell quite well in the shop. So we'll take them through to the shed and give them a test. The middle one's quite grubby, but the other 2 look alright, although they've obviously been in the shed for a while. They're a bit dusty. But yeah, I don't mind people dropping these things off. That's great. Now this exercise demonstrates perfectly a point that many of you made, that a matter of extreme priority is to make access easier, because carrying big heavy things in that little goat track is very awkward. So yep, that's why we got that shelf out of there yesterday. I'll try and get something out of there today, but I want to test these monitors first. Well, this first one is working perfectly on my vintage IBM computer that I use to test things, and it's a pain having to get this computer out all the time. So that's something else I need to do in this shed, is have somewhere where it's set up and I can sit a monitor next to it and plug it in. It's rolling on the camera, but the monitor itself in real life is perfect. It's a HP Pavilion MX70. I had a quick look online, and these things in the States, I didn't see any in Australia, but they're selling between $200 and $300 Australian dollars as gaming monitors. So that's pretty nice indeed. I think I'll probably put about 150, maybe 175 on that in the shop. It's quite a smart looking monitor actually. And here's the details. It looks like this one was made in 2002. Okay, onto the Acer. I thought I'd better film as I power them up just in case we get smoke. We'll power the monitor up. I'm not sure if it turned on or not. Let's turn the PC on. I think it's coming to life. Oh yes, here we go. So this one looks like it works fine as well. It's just a more generic monitor, this one. It's branded Acer. Here's the details of this one, also 2002. Looks like it's in perfect working order. So that's great. The other one's exactly the same model, but it's a bit knocked around. I don't think this is going to be worth as much as the HP, but still, these things are popular now. I think we might even try 100 on it, seeing how it works. I will try and clean the casing up just a little bit. We better test the other one now. Okay, the next unit, this one looks like it's fallen face first in the mud, although that almost looks like blood or red paint. I don't know what's going on with this one. Hopefully it cleans up okay, but we need to see if it works first. So let's power this one up. Green light's on. PC's on. And it's coming to life. So there we go. These old girls work most of the time. Again, that looks like a good picture. No issues. Just the surround is filthy. We'll try and clean that up. And I think this is the same model. I'll get you a photo of the details as well. But what a nice drop off this was. Well, I'm pleased I got to these monitors today and they all cleaned up pretty nicely. Even that one with all the muck over it. I don't know what it was. I don't think it was mud. It might have been paint. I ended up using vinegar and it cleaned it up quite well. A little bit of staining. But yeah, those two, I think I'll probably put about $80 each on. And this one's a much better one, I think more desirable. We'll probably go 150. So what's that, a bit over $300. Just dropped off in my driveway and they just needed a quick test and a wipe over. Gotta love collecting e-waste. Now it's cooled off a bit, but there's certainly some storms rolling in. We had a few spots before. It got quite gusty. I think we'll get a bit of a rain tonight, which is fine. These birds can go and hide, I think. Right, to finish this video off, we need to get something out of this shed here. In the first section, maybe not that part, I need to get a tub for those boards. The air compressor I'm going to leave there at the moment because it's very handy. I often use it for blowing up tyres on my trolleys and things. And it won't be in the road so much if I move some of this other junk. So where that white shelf unit was, I've got some glass. And there's obviously an enamel sign here. That's an original Beware of Trains enamel sign that would have been along the railway line somewhere, because where else would you see trains? I'm going to hang on to that. I think that's about a $300 sign. Nice heavy enamel, original piece. I like the old signs. There's a couple more here that I'm going to hang on to. I might as well put them up somewhere. That's an original enamel post office sign. Might be worth $100-200, not sure on that one. Just an emergency exit sign. That's fairly modern. Probably only, it's on aluminium. But it looks cool. We'll put that in the shed somewhere. I think that's a London bus number plate. Don't know. You guys in the UK let me know. It's pressed aluminium. It's pretty cool. And that's a sign when I first started my shop that I had because I was allowing payments on card through a friend next door. I didn't do card in my shop for nearly 20 years. It was cash only. I don't think I need to hang on to that. Take it to the shop. Someone might pay $10 for it. There's a sheet of Perspex I'll probably use. There's a nice old timber frame here. The frame's not really much good, but it'll have a nice piece of glass in it. A few other frames just for the glass and the frames. I'll move them out the back and that will clear up that area. And next video will show you how that looks. And we might move along and neaten up this wall. Okay, I guess it doesn't count unless you actually see it leave the shed. So I've just taken this piece of glass out of this one. That timber's just going to be firewood. And all the other frames are actually quite water damaged, so I'm going to save the glass. There's 3 of these that are actually extruded aluminium, so I'll take them apart just for the aluminium. Doesn't take much, it's just brackets in the corners, and that will clean all these up. give me some good glass, because I do cut glass for prints and frames sometimes. I keep it out the back because it doesn't need to be out of the weather. I can always clean a piece up when I need it. So there we go. Something has left the building. So it's cooled off out here a lot now. It's down to about 25 degrees. It's still quite gusty. We did get some showers before, but it's still looking threatening over in the west, so we'll probably get a storm tonight, which is fine. I managed to get through most of the day, get most of my stuff done, battling the elements. It's great to get something out of that shed again. Just looking at that sign above the door there, that used to say, I think it used to say man cave or something. Christine's mum Hannah gave me that. The sun unfortunately has totally wrecked it, so it's now just a piece of tin. Maybe I'll put my post office sign up there. What do you reckon? Anyway, thanks for spending the day with me. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll do another one of these soon. Not sure if I'll get them done every day, but I certainly won't, but we'll do them when I can. And I appreciate your company. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.